What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dripping Creativity Podcast. I am your host, Chris Corvan, and today we got a special guest in the house to promote something amazing, and I'm fucking stoked for this one. Welcome, Wiccid Lo.
What's up? What's up?
There we go. All right, so for those people that did not catch the first one, why don't you give us a quick drop on who you are, my friend?
My name is Wiccid Lo, W-I-C-C-I-D-L-O, from Too Tempted, 210 and T. You know what I'm saying? Born in Kansas, raised in New York, down here in the Big FL. You know? Dropping these mathematics on y'all. Some gems.
Hell yeah, and one hell of a musician. How many albums you got now, man?
I don't even know. I think like 29, 30.
Jesus, it's even more than I thought. I was thinking it's like 19 or some shit like that. That's insane.
I saw the numbers on like Spotify, but Spotify was missing one of my albums called Soul Music because the way the distribution was at the time when that was released, I released a single first, and because the single was still on the album, they gave me some crap about it from Spotify. They never put it on there. It's on everywhere. It's on like Apple Music, iTunes, and all that, YouTube, but it's not on Spotify. So I think it's probably about 30, 31, maybe.
Jesus.
Because you got to think. Yeah, I know, right? So there's like.
How many years have you been in the game?
Huh?
How many years you been in the game?
Well, that's the kicker. So you mean like as far as in the game, you mean like dropping official album, like you know,
official.
Since like 2016, 2017.
Nice. Closing up on 10 years. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we are here because you just dropped a new album. Like,
yes, sir.
When was that? It was today? Yesterday?
No, the 22nd.
22nd, that's when it was. The Mission. Why we are here to talk about that shit. Let's just kind of dive right. Like, where did the vision of the album come from, and how did you kind of pull it all together?
Shout out to my brother Goldie The One. He was a really big help with that. Oh no, I had 16 tracks, and I had to divide them into 2 projects. So, and I wanted to mean something. I was like, bro, help me, man. Help me, son. You know, but so I sent him tracks, and he helped me. Like, I did little finishing touches, but he sent back the ones that made sense. You know what I mean? And then we did the cover, and then boom. But the mission is really like it's a mission to keep going. It's a mission to keep putting out the type of music that we're putting out and trying to be better at our craft. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting the message out, you know, the positive message, you know what I mean? So
the first track you released there, I should have wrote it down. What's the name of that one again?
The Mission.
You know what? We're gonna leave that shit in because that's on me. Was it just to name drop the album in the track? Was that the choice behind releasing that one first, or why did you pick that one?
I mean, what made me pick that track? You know, I don't know. It was a vision. It was something that happened to me mentally because it was one day I was sitting there, and I was like, okay. I listened to all the songs, and I just sat there kind of like this, and I'm like, you know what? The Mission. Let's do that. You know, I got my dog Goldie The One on there. You know what I'm saying? He's in Texas. I called him up like, hey, bro, you want to drop this video with me? I said, I'm in. So let's do it. It's going to be the first single off the album.
That's a perfect way to do it, too. And it's a fantastic track. It will be linked down below here because you need to go listen to it. I threw it up on Threads like the day it came out there because I pumped it right away. That shit was awesome. I loved it so much. So when you're kind of going through this one here, a lot of your albums seem to kind of pull inspiration from different genres and different areas of rap and hip hop and all that. Where was kind of the main focus of this one pulling from?
Well, the main focus that I pulled from this album, because I had to pull from, obviously we know different tracks and everything, so I wanted to give everybody that message, of course, but I wanted to give them that tough love, that hardness as well. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to have kind of both elements of, all right, you know what, this is some hard shit right here, but then it calms down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like give you some of that in-depth Wiccid Lo. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes from. So that's pretty much where it came from. Like, you know, I just kind of dove more into myself because lately I honestly stopped writing a little bit here and there and becoming more, as Bruce Lee would say, in my oneness. You know what I'm saying? Be like water, my friend.
You know what? It's a great, man. It's a great line. I love that line so much. So then, oh shit, where was I going to go with that one? You got these tracks. You're doing all that. When you're in the process of creating and building the album, what inspirational, like what artists are you listening to, kind of in the background to kind of keep you in the mind state you're going to?
Depending on the tracks. So if I can take you back real quick to my last full album, which is called Unapologetic Wisdom, right? Unapologetic Wisdom was directly a inspiration of the RZA, Wu-Tang. So that full album, I literally produced, I made all the beats for that, production-wise, the whole thing, aside from maybe 2, maybe 3 tracks at the most. Everything else was all me, all my beats, the whole yard. You know what I mean? So, and RZA was one of them guys. I was watching the Wu-Tang series on Hulu. Now, mind you, RZA has always been one of my top guys. You know what I mean? If you know about RZA, you know the loopholes he had to find. You know his background, things of that nature. Shout out to the Abbott, and that's weird. So, and so, you know, his production, everything. So I don't know, it's just something about that. And I just happened to go into the studio and I started creating from then on. So for this album, the mission per se, I was literally like, I had all these beats lined up and I was like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna record. So in the background, as far as what I'm listening to, I'm still listening to, you know, my everyday music, aside from myself and, you know, my people on the 210 and T. I bang they shit too. I'm, you know, known-wise, I'm listening to Tech N9ne, I'm listening to Wu-Tang, I'm listening to Snoop Dogg, I'm listening to Doggy Style, I'm listening to a lot of artists, Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know what I'm saying?
Bone Thugs have always been my jam, man. Fuck, I love Bone Thugs.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
Oh man, I remember back in the day there, here in Crossroads for the first time there, and just being like, I need to know everything they're saying. And I sat there with a fucking pen and paper and wrote down every fucking word I could figure out and doing all that shit. Like, oh God, that style was just like, that's my shit right there, man. Fucking love it. Anyways, that was a sidetrack. Let's.
I'll tell you though, when I met them back when they dropped that album, I met them in like, I think it was like either 94, maybe 95. Somewhere around there, I met them at the mall in Long Island. And they were so cool. The side groups were cool. We got to show up for White Hustlers. I met Trey. This was Refresher Ball was set out at that time. They was dope. So when I met with me, whenever I met an artist and they were that cool, I've been a fan for this since then.
Dude,
I met RZA and Ghost and all. I was a fan, been a fan since then. You know what I mean? And that was back when I was 14.
Yeah, well, it's those interactions with artists, like especially musicians and all that it not only impacts how you look at the music, how you hear it, but then it's bringing back that memories. Like I know even in my metalheadness, going around to all the different shows and all of that shit, and you'd meet some of these local bands and all that shit, and even the bands on stage, and they're just like so fucking cool. It's like, okay, I love you forever. It's not gonna change. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm gonna rock you whenever. Right. And that's the shit that sticks with you. Like that's always be good to your fans and shit, man. Unless they get creepy.
Definitely.
Unless they don't fuck around with the creepy ones. Just saying.
We don't do it.
All right, let's kind of chat about the collabs on this one. Who do we got kicking around?
Oh man, so I kind of had this little secret thing I want to leave that as a secret thing, thing it. But I had the Zipper, who's a really close, friend of mine. Goldie The One, another brother of mine. The Zipper's like a brother as well. You know what I mean? Like we worked together for years. You know what I'm saying? And let's see, we got the Zipper, we got Goldie The One, Gates. Got a lot of artists that, we did certain deals that got through across my table, and I took it and I released it. So
gotcha. Let's see here. So during the creation of this one here, were there any kind of standout moments from any of the tracks happening there where you're just like, this is a gold moment and I never want to forget?
Bone Brothers. That song, what I call it? Ain't Gonna Stop? Oh no, It Don't Stop. Yeah, It Don't Stop. I've always wanted to have a song with Lazy and Busy. Those are my favorite. Like, I love all of Bone Thugs and Harmony. All of them. But to have the Bone Brothers, I was like, I got to do this shit justice. I got to. Like, I sat on that particular track for a minute. I sat on that track like, you know what? Nah, we're gonna do this.
Hell yeah. Fucking love that. Oh, I'm so excited to dive in the album. Like, I'm waiting for time to actually do shit. And I'm going to be diving into that. Actually, I'll tell you this right now. You are going to be one of the first reviews I do for the music stuff. I'm trying to dive more into reviews and shit this season for different things. So I'm going to drop one for your album and a couple other people that dropped some shit lately. And it's going to be fucking awesome. Stoked.
Hell yeah.
All right. So then let's talk about your challenges. What kind of like, did anything get in your way in this one? Were there any massive things that were kind of slowing you down and shit?
Life was slowing it down a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Being a single father to autistic daughters, you know what I mean? Finding the time around that, trying to deal with the everyday life struggles. And as far as the music goes, I kind of took a different approach at it this time. So what I did with these particular songs, and honestly, the next album is pretty much a part 2. So that's coming in a few months.
Hell yeah!
It's already done. You know what I mean? It's already done. So I took a different approach. Like I said, a lot of these songs, they took a minute because I sat on them all. I sat on it. I waited. Like a lot of these songs I've had either since earlier this year, you know what I mean? I didn't really because I was working on something else, picking and choosing different songs, whatever I hear in that moment. If I feel it in my soul, I'm spitting to it. And then mind you, again, I like I said, I still write. I just haven't been doing it often. At all. So I haven't yeah.
Taking your time, man. No, you know what? It's a good approach to kind of sit down, make sure it's like, yeah, no, that's good. That's what we're gonna do. It's like maybe save that one for later. I love that shit.
Yep.
I love that.
That's what I did. Pretty much that's what I did. Because I was separating them it's like I was separating beats. So that this beat I personally made. Okay, I got this beat in from one of the producers. Then I did this and this and this. So it's like, and like I said, again, I kind of just once I heard it. If it really resonated, if I felt it that much, then I would like, you know what? Because once that feeling starts here and it travels and it hits the mind, and then I'm like, all right, it's on, all right, headphones on, and we move. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So, is there any specific track on here that has a special meaning to you? Like we've talked before about how each one kind of has a certain part of you and a certain theme you're trying to hit there. Is there anyone that kind of just stood above the rest for you?
You know what? The Takeover, that was one of them. They all pretty much kind of like they have their own. I think, to me personally, I think they all kind of have their own standoutish theme about them. You know what I mean? For each track, so you listen to each track on the album, it's like, okay, this you said, okay, this is has its own way of it standoutish. Then you have that track, then you have another one, Make Another Flip. That one was a fun track to make with me, the Zipper. Shout out to Piff Vader. You know what I'm saying? My brother Piff Vader, he that was, that's a track that we jumped on, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna use it for the album, so we did that.
Hell
yeah, that was another fun one. So, how can I forget? I had a whole 2 Chapter Squad on there. There's a song called Independence, Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Got Juvie, I got, of course, I myself, Wiccid Lo. You got the Zipper, you got Hayes, you got Christy Farley, you got V-Lo's Dog, you got Johnny Cap, my baby brother Banks. The only one I was missing was Chino Loke and Rolling Solo for that particular song. But yeah, on one song.
That's a big ass collab. Holy shit.
That is a collab, for real. Like,
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So
that definitely is a standout one. Like, when I listened to it, it was a vision I had, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I sent it out to everybody, and everybody they sent it back, and they contributed to this vision I have for just that one song. And man, shout out to all of them. Shout out to Two Tempers. Everybody on the Two Tempers, big shout out, because that right there, yeah, that was some work. They put some work.
Hell yeah, no, that's something. Especially like really big collabs like that. Like it's a lot of work to kind of just put all the pieces together and make sure everything flows. No, that's fucking awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
That one I think I spent a lot of time on these tracks, but I think I spent the longest time I think I spent on that one, because I literally had to sit there and get into myself, get into my head, and be like, okay, you know what? Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna go last? Who's gonna go second, third, fourth, fifth? So, and at the end of the day, I kind of matched it up. Like, okay, boom, the same order I gave it to you, the same way. It started out with myself. Zipper was actually, the last key to the hole, last key to the slot. He sent his verse in, and then I already had Hayes. Christy Farley sent her part in. Then Johnny Cat. You know what I mean? Then V-Lo's Dog and then Banks. So once I put them all together to how they sound lyrically and how they sound together, that's how that was. Yeah.
That's fucking.
The vision came to a whole 360. I love it.
I hope you're gonna put together a video for that shit, man. I want to see all of them.
That would be dope. That would be so dope.
Just say it'd be a bitch to edit and put together, but goddamn, it would be good.
For real, I'm trying to tell you.
So
that would be so dope.
So with the mission out now, what is kind of the overall message you're hoping kind of resonates with people when they're listening to it?
What would kind of resonate with people?
Yeah. What do you want them to take away after they're done listening to the album there?
The gems and the jewels that I did my best to drop in those songs. Like, with the actual song, The Mission, there's a part that I say, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Self to love and happiness, knowledge of self, 12 jewels to polish yourself. Mentally, I'm a galaxy from the weak. You're talking out of Uranus and saying it's simply to see. It's your pain that I see. You know what I'm saying? In days without sleep, you can give it all to me. Just call it the God of me. So even with just that song alone, there's certain these are things to try and take in and to learn from. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I mean?
That's a fantastic message to send people off with, man. I love that shit.
Right. And actually, it's funny because I was making the video for the promo, and you've seen the promo, so like that's exactly where I started at. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, shelter, love, all that. You know what I mean? So, those are 12 jewels of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Those are 12 jewels that we learned, And what we do is a lot of times we take those, you know, depending on today's mathematics, we'll take that and apply that to your everyday life.
Hell
And
yeah.
whether it's something that you can learn from, you know what I mean? You may read something, is it something you can learn from, something you can take in. So, you know, pretty much that, you know, like I said, that song, you know, telling young women, telling these, you know, these kids, little boys and girls, you ain't gotta be like everybody else. You don't have to conform yourself to, you know what I mean, to whatever everybody else is doing. You can be yourself. So,
Fucking love that message, dude. I love it. So now that the mission's out, we know you have a follow-up coming out in a couple months. What else is on the horizon for you and everyone else in your squad?
Man, we got a lot coming. Christy Farley just dropped her album. Shout out to Christy, shout out to Big Sis. We got Get the Message coming. That's gonna be the next project. And we have Welcome to Boot Camp. That's another one. That's another big one coming. Like, I can't wait to finish that one. 2 tracks left to do on that. I'm just waiting. I think I covered myself with that one. I got everybody on there. Again, shout out to Blue Loco. He did the remix to the that's not out yet. He did the remix to It Don't Stop. So it's gonna be Bone Brothers, myself, Blue Loco, Black Shaggy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my dog Kino Loco on there. So we got a lot. Johnny Cap, he got some stuff that he's about to drop. So the family's on it.
Hell yeah, stoked for all of it. It's the shit coming out, the shit you guys are dropping is just awesome. I had to postpone my chat with Christy yesterday because I had some family issues come up, so she's got moved to next week, but I'm so excited to talk to her about her shit, and especially her album and all that. Like, that's just it's gonna be so good.
That album is so dope too. I love it. That when everything was finished, it was like a sit back, breath of fresh air, and I even had to sit back and listen to it myself. Like, yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's happy. It's just happy to, you know, the joy, like, you know, peace and happiness. That's another thing. You know, those jewels right there. That's peace and happiness that goes into it. Like, that would just put me at a certain place. Like, you know what? To see her happy like that, that project to be done on time, pretty much. That's a blessing.
Hell yeah. No, you guys are pumping out some amazing shit, and I can't wait for everyone to fucking hear it. It's going to be so good. Where can everyone find the album and find you?
Everyone can find me on all social media, Wiccid Lo, and then on IG is at The Real Wiccid Lo. All the music is on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, and all that other shit.
Hell yeah. And as always, the links will be down below for all of that shit. I'll make sure to track them all down for you there, especially the YouTube. Like, you guys got to go check out the videos for this stuff. There's a lot of love and effort put into them, and they're fantastic. The tracks are fucking awesome. I can't wait to do a full review of The Mission. I'm very fucking excited for that. Wiccid Lo, before we wrap it up here, I just need you to say goodbye to everyone.
All right, everybody. Yo, salute Live Righteous, man. I appreciate y'all. Check out the new album, The Mission, and I'll holler at you on the flip side. You did.